Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5:33. Maybe it's time we ought to get started. Everyone signed in, correct? Yes. Good. All right, everyone who has a case, you need to get yourself in this room so I can swear you in. That includes the code enforcement officers, so come on down. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate hearing for Wednesday, March 13th, 2019. According to the computer in Verizon, it's 5:34. My name's Doug McGibbon. I'm your Special Magistrate, and let me tell you a little bit about the process. Most of the people here today will be here for violation and fine assessment hearings. When you hear your name being called, you go up to that podium over there. You'll identify yourself. The village's attorney will give you a series of documents to look at. The village will present its case. You'll get to present any rebuttal, and I get to do some sort of ruling. That process works for both the violations and the fine assessments. When we get to reduction hearings, those people have already been through two parts of the process. They're asking for relief, and they get to go first. One of the first things I'm going to do is swear everyone in, and we're probably going to do this a couple of times as strays wander in. So everyone, please raise your right hand and say, "I do" when we're done. Does everyone swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Everyone here knows their right from their left. I'm very happy for you. All right, with that being said, turn your phones off. It makes for less noise, and take it away, Village of Royal Palm Beach.
Give them 1 second.
They're huddling back there. Usually that's not good. No, just kidding.
No, they're just trying to get it in order.
Yeah, they're just trying to get you in order, and now here we have one stray who's walked in already late, so we'll get to swear him in and try to find his file eventually too, so.
Somebody didn't follow the directions.
They're just going through the agenda right now and pulling your files, so they'll have them in order, we hope. So the live portion of our program will go fairly quickly, maybe. It's the guy's evening to be
Just
late.
need to have a seat. She'll get up with you later. Just come in and have a seat, sir. They'll catch up with you later.
And another guy.
Okay, here we go. Here comes Smitty.
And you left Dina off.
Oh.
It's been so long since she's been here. All right.
Oh, I apologize.
Village, please take it away.
Amity Barnard, Assistant Village Attorney. We're starting on the agenda on page 2. We're at fine assessment hearings, case 18-1292, 1317 Isleworth Court, Rose Nocent. Approach the podium.
I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the affidavit of service for the order finding violation and the order finding violation. Exhibit 2, the new notice of hearing for the fine assessment hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership.
All right, let me just check the service, which should be fast.
Did you give that one?
Sorry.
Quick.
All right, you have a signed affidavit of service, which is all I really cared about for the first second. So you have service and you can proceed. For the record, ma'am, you are?
Rose Linda Nocent.
Thank you.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the order finding violation. Previous order finding violation.
That's the violation.
Page 2 of that order. Notice of hearing with signed green card. And proof of ownership from property appraiser. Do you have any objection to these documents? This is just proof of ownership of the property from the property appraiser website.
I only have,
If you're trying to introduce something else, that's not an objection to her documents. She's just asking you to see if her documents are acceptable.
This just shows that you're the owner of the property,
yes,
located at that address.
yes, I am. Yes, I didn't bring anything.
No, you don't need anything else.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine.
That's-
Do you have any objection to these documents?
No,
All right, admitted without objection.
okay.
All right, work done without a permit, pavers. Let me see the, it's here for a sec. Just want to see. Was not. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. All right, so we have pavers and we have no permit. Is that what your case is?
Yes.
Correct. And this is a fine assessment hearing. This has been out, as Supervisor Walker indicated, this had to be set for hearing, so we'd ask for the fine to start today. It
Okay.
remains out of compliance rather than back to the
Starting
original.
whatever it was before, so. okay.
Correct, so we'd ask for a fine of $25 and continuing until compliance is achieved.
All right, did you put some pavers on your property?
Do I do what?
Put some pavers on your property.
Yes, I did.
Did you get a permit for your pavers?
No, because the thing is, we do it on our own. Like, a friend of mine and I, because I'm afraid of snake. So,
Well, I understand you're afraid of snakes, but they don't have any snakes.
yeah, I didn't know I have to get
They
a
don't have
permit.
snakes in the building department that I know of, so. See, the problem here is.
I didn't know if I have to get a permit, for that.
Here's the problem, and it's twice. First, you didn't know you had to get a permit, and second, you didn't know you should have shown up at the violation hearing because I would have given you more time to get a permit. So because you showed up at the second hearing, I'm stuck with where I am in the
first
process.
hearing?
No, this is the second hearing.
Oh, I didn't
There's a
know about the
violation
first
hearing,
one. I didn't know
and-
about the first one.
Well, someone either left you a notice or they mailed you a notice, but that's irrelevant because I would have done that at the first hearing.
Oh, no. Oh, that was it? But I came and they said, there's no record. I came over here. I didn't
Well,
know the place.
if you would have come over here, my order would have said you would have showed up. When I see
Not
you
on-
here, you get a number, you're number one. I get either I circle your name or I write your name down as part of what I do. So let's get on to your case. You have work done without a permit, you put pavers in, you
Okay.
own the house, so you could get an owner builder permit, and you're gonna get fined until you get the permit. I mean, that's just, you need to go to the building department, you need to apply for a permit. Does this look permittable? Is it in an area that's allowable?
Depends. If she did the whole backyard, it may not get a
Uh,
permit.
Well, if it's an impervious area problem, that's different than just,
Right.
well,
Well, they
for,
won't
in my
issue a
world,
permit for it.
yeah, in my world, I thought she just had like a driveway or something, or, no.
No.
It's a lot of stuff.
I believe did you paver the entire backyard?
Yeah, I live, 6 feet, away from the,
Yeah, you're gonna have to take some out, I would assume. All right, you're gonna have to try to either get a permit for what you've done, or you're gonna have to get a variance for what you've done, or you're gonna have to remove what you've done, but those are your choices.
okay.
I don't get to pick them, I just get to say, you get fined $25 a day. Fortunately, it would have been a lot more, but they started the hearing a second time, and they usually start 13 days ago, but they're just starting from today. You need to go down and get a permit application and
Okay.
apply and see what they say.
Okay, where should I go ahead and get that permit?
That's
The
the
building
building over
right
there
across.
where you have the circle in the back. It's community development, building and
That's
planning.
where I went, the first time when I received the letter, because, they say, there's nothing on the record. So I didn't know,
Well,
they say what
So
to.
you need to get a permit or this fine will keep running, and
Okay.
you don't want that to happen, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, I'll sign an order for $25 plus continuing.
Thank you. Moving now to page 3, top of page 3, repeat violation hearings, case 19-0092, 181 Ponce de Leon Street, Albert J. and Angelina T. Torres.
What is that?
The code section is 2316. This is a repeat violation for parking on the swale, not facing with the flow of traffic. I observed this violation on 12519, mailed the notice of hearing and notice of violation, certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, picture.
Okay. You have a signed green card, you have service, you can proceed. Sir, your name for the record?
Albert Torres.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. These are the
Hope this
exhibits
pen
that the village
lasts.
would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing
I
of
wanna
repeat
see if I can
violation
make
with the signed green card.
Exciting.
Notice itself, Exhibit 2 is a signed green card for the order finding violation. Exhibit 3, proof of ownership from property appraiser website. And Exhibit 4 is a photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
Not at all.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so I take it that parking perpendicular to the road is improper?
Correct.
Took me back to my, like, geometry class there. It's parallel or it's a perpendicular? Okay, so they're saying that perpendicular parking on a swale is not proper, that you have to park it parallel to the street in the
Right.
direction of traffic if you want to park it on your swale, which is perfectly acceptable if you move it once every 24 hours or,
Yes.
so that's your issue here. You got to park it facing the flow of traffic, and if you move it once a day, you're good.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how many days?
This was out of compliance for 1 day on January 25th, so we'd be asking for a fine of $50.
Okay. Do you own this house?
Yes.
So it's homesteaded?
Oh, yeah.
So there's nothing they can do to foreclose this. You just have a $50 lien here for a while.
Where can I pay it now?
No,
Oh,
you can pay it next Tuesday or Wednesday after I sign the order. If you don't have an order to attach it to, they won't take your money. So I don't sign these till like
all right.
next
So
week.
would I get that in the mail?
You'll get one in the mail. You can pay it whenever you feel like it.
All right.
But yeah, just park it parallel, and
No,
you're
you know
fine.
what? What happened was that day. What happened? I get up early, go to work. I move the car so I can get my car out. My wife, the kid was sick, so she happened to stay home. She didn't go to work that day, so the car stayed there all day till I got home from work. And,
It's always that way.
so. No, I'll pay it. No big deal.
Just make your wife pay. Okay, we'll see how well that works. You send her
No,
down.
that's
No.
not gonna
Okay.
happen.
All right, I will sign an order for 50. No continuing is granted.
Thank you, sir. Next is 19-0093, staying on the same page, 121 Santiago Street, Mary A. Slater.
Violations, we're good.
I'm sorry, we're at violation hearings, you're correct.
Okay, this is where you get time to do things.
The code sections are 6190A and H and 14.2. Drive and sidewalk are stained, boards covering the windows, and debris stored in the yard. I observed this violation on 12519 and mailed a notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and I have actual service speaking to the resident.
Okay.
I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
Okay, you have service via actual notice, and you can proceed. Ma'am, your name is?
Mary Slater.
Thank you, Ms. Slater.
Missed them.
Thank you, ma'am. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence.
Gonna let
Exhibit
me
1
know.
is the notice of hearing, the notice of violation. 2 is proof of ownership from property appraiser website.
I have this one.
And Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violations. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No, but I don't understand it. Can you come back? Okay, this is okay. And what's wrong with this?
Can you come over here, Gail? Can you explain to her what each of the photos is representing?
Okay, these are all the items that you have on the side of the house there. They can't be there.
Okay,
You can't have all those items
I can
out
move
there.
those.
All these here.
Okay, I can remove those. I didn't know,
And then this is the boards on the windows.
yeah, well, the boards are there because the Palm Beach County Sheriff, they blew out all the windows, and we're in the process of getting a reverse mortgage.
All right, hold on, we'll get to that. Hold on just one second. So any other questions or any other objection to the documents?
Oh, no.
Okay, you can
Okay.
get there with the magistrate and explain to the
Admitted
magistrate.
without objection. Okay. All right, so what's your testimony regarding the property? The drive, walk, and sideway don't appear to be that stained.
The sidewalk and driveway have been cleaned, so
Okay,
that's a
so that's
finding
just
of fact.
finding of
That's
fact.
the 6190A.
Okay. They look kind of clean, yes. Boards on windows are still there, correct? We're gonna hear about reverse mortgages and debris stored in yard, still there, correct?
Correct.
All right, ma'am, so
We're-
why don't you tell me about your window issue, because you fixed the driveway and sidewalk and you're gonna fix the debris.
For some reason, the Palm Beach County Sheriff came and they blew out both sides of the house. Every window they blew out. And I have to get a reverse mortgage, and I'm in the process of doing that now to replace the windows, but I can't do it until I get the reverse mortgage.
Okay, now, if she gets a building permit, will she have time to do this?
Is she replacing
If she's replacing the windows?
I can't do it.
replacing the glass? Does not require a permit.
Well, I don't know, if she's blown out, what do you mean, by they knocked the glass out or they damaged the frames and
They
everything?
walked down both sides of the house with some kind of machine, and they blew out both sides of the house. They thought that I had cocaine and heroin in the house, which I've never had that in my whole life. I'm 84 years old. I've never done any cocaine or heroin in my whole life, but they blew it all out.
All right, so they damaged the frames and you have to have them replaced?
I don't know yet. I don't know. We can't take the boards off until I get the secure the reverse mortgage. And I'm in the process of trying to do that now.
We understand that she can't take the boards off, but,
So why don't I give her like a 60-day, or whatever it is,
I think you'll have to
status
give me
fine
more.
assessment? Wait 1 second. And everyone, please, we don't need a lot of conversation in the back half of the room.
If
why
we
would
could
you-
bifurcate the order to allow additional time for the window issue.
Yeah, the debris is,
Right.
well, okay, we're gonna break this up into like 3 parts.
Okay.
You're gonna get credit for the driveway and sidewalks, that's gonna be called a finding of fact. That just means keep them clean.
Okay.
For the debris is an easy thing, they just have to be moved either to the garage or the back of the house where they cannot be seen. And that will be what?
Out of public.
Out of public view, so that should be by the next
really
meeting.
should be
It's
stored.
just random.
No, it really should be stored up in the garage, because that's not something that.
Right,
I
well,
mean, she's
if
gonna
she puts
be-
it on her back porch and you can't see it, it's really not a problem.
Well, I thought
It's not a
that,
problem till we have.
can
a
I throw
storm
the
that blows
debris
all
away
around.
on Thursday when the garbage comes?
Okay, that's fine, you just need to get it out of the way, I just need a time frame. That one's by the next meeting, so it should be fast.
So for the debris, that's compliance by 425 or
All right.
5/8 fine hearing,
We're 5/8 and $25.
$25.
All right, and then we'll get to the windows, and we're gonna bump that at least another month as a status fine, so I can see what's going on with that.
Correct. So
And I'll
we
be
will
able to tell that she's done her other things by that time,
do May.
so.
See,
so give me-
I'm in the process of getting,
Relax, we're getting you more time. I'm
Okay.
just trying to work my way through this side of the room
Sorry.
first, before I get back to you. Okay. Well, 60 days should get her far enough in the process so she'll know when. That's why I'm saying status
But
slash
I'm just
fine.
saying, if we set it up for next month as just a status hearing on the,
Windows.
to see
On the
where she
windows?
is, yeah.
That's fine. We'll
So
say
that
this
we're
first.
making sure that we're making progress on it.
Okay, that's all. All right, ma'am, so here's what's gonna go on. You're gonna get a finding of fact on the driveway and sidewalks. You're gonna fix the debris stored in the yard issue by April 25th. That means get all the clutter out of the sides.
okay,
Move it in the garage or throw it away, whatever you do. And then you're gonna come back on May 8th to tell us how far along you are on the reverse mortgage slash window repair issue.
okay,
Okay?
okay.
I'll sign that order, thank you. Okay. We'll see you in May,
May 8th.
May 8th. You'll get an order in the mail.
You'll send a little notice.
Yeah, I'll send a big notice. Okay, here's something for everyone in the room. She can go and she can have this fixed tonight, and I've literally seen someone fix a problem on the way home from the meeting. But if you don't call the people from code enforcement and get them to come by and inspect it, you don't get credit until they randomly do, or you get fined and you finally tell them to do it. There's only one part of my 2-page orders that's in bold, and that's the part that says, call them when it's done. So when you
Okay.
get your part of the yard clear, you call the code enforcement officer, Gail will go out there and look to make sure that part's done, and you'll get something called an affidavit of compliance, and that's what you want in your file.
All righty.
Okay? And that's just an educational thing for everyone, including you. All right, thank you. Next case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're staying on the same page. We're going up 3 to case 19-0025, 117 Sevilla Avenue, Ramon and Rosa M. Pagan Sr.
Okay.
The code sections are 2657 and 622-108.4. Shed and construction have been done without a permit. I observed this violation on 110/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and posted them on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. You have affidavit of service via posting, so you can proceed. What's your name for the records?
Hi,
Your name, sir?
my name Rosa Pagan.
Okay.
Everybody's name. If you're going to speak, we need your names for the record.
Okay.
Yes.
Ramon Pagan Jr.
Ramon Pagan.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and the notice of hearing. Here's the notice of hearing, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
That's not our house.
There's no.
That's our house. It's not blue.
Right, is this a picture of the fence?
It's probably a picture of the shed
And I'm
from
sorry,
somebody
the
else's
top of the-
yard.
Taken from
Yep.
Miramar.
Yeah, it's basically the
Yeah,
back
the
of your
top, yes.
backyard.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's the
top,
shed.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we
Yeah.
removed that.
Yeah, that's the shed.
Okay.
Okay.
Any objection to the documents?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're lucky they don't have a village drone yet. Oh, come on, everyone has a drone. Go look at the newscasts. They're all flying down Flagler. All right, you have, what now, shed and construction done without a permit, so there's a no permit AS 400
No,
indication. Is this a new shed, an old shed? Can you even tell?
no, I've
All
never
right.
moved it there from somewhere.
Mr. or Ms. Pagan, do you have a shed in your backyard?
We do.
Okay, did the shed get permitted? Do you know?
It's permitted now, after the fact.
Oh, well,
No, it isn't.
okay. Well, we'll get to there. Did you put the shed in the yard?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so it's not like somebody put it there and you did back. All right, they're saying that there is no permit. You're saying there is a permit. What kind of permit do you have?
Yeah, we got a permit, 3 permits, a permit to build a fence, a permit for the shed, and a permit to build a porch.
The fence is the only permit I found in there.
No, there's 2 other permits.
Do you have these physical permits somewhere? The permits?
You have permits with you? Did I put it with you?
I know you had came in
No,
and
not
you
today,
were
but
supposed to be
today
getting
with the police.
engineering. You,
See, if they had a permit application in there, would be an indication in their records.
Okay, yeah, we would.
The last note I had was that she had come into the office and they were in the process of getting an architect named Rodney in Palm Beach Gardens to do the drawings, and it was going to take about 3 weeks, and that was on 2/19.
Okay, so you said you were gonna get,
So it's an application has been put in for the permits.
well, if the application was in, it would be in the system as an application. They will put these in the computer. How long does it take you to put an application into the computer?
It gets put in
That day.
when they have it.
So you don't have a permit, you don't even have an application in. I'm gonna give you time to get an application in, but you don't have one, and you need one. And it needs to be in the right place as well. It can't be up on the fence line, it can't be in the sides. I mean, I built an 8 by 10 foot playhouse, but I had to put an indication on my survey where it would be, so it wasn't in the side setbacks or the rear setback, and I'm in a corner lot, so I've got all kinds of entertaining setbacks. So what is your recommendation on timing of this?
We'd be asking for compliance by the 4/25 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25
Four
day fine.
twenty-five, that gives you a month and a half to get a permit application in and started. We'll do a status fine. That way we can see if they raced in and got their thing going. And if they have it permitted and waiting to be printed, I won't tag them, but if they haven't applied at all, then we will be able to find them. So status fine 425, 58.
Well, I guess let me clarify. So are you asking for continuance? Are you giving continuance? Because we need a
No,
order
I'm,
finding-
I'm going, they're saying that, you've had dealings with them where they've said in February they needed time to get engineering drawings, correct?
Correct.
And now I'm saying that you now have a month and a half from now to get the drawings done and to get the permit application in. And if it's all done and in, I don't care if it's issued yet, because it takes 2 or 3 weeks for them to issue some permits, then I will give you more time at the next hearing. And if you don't have it in, I'm just gonna fine you. How's that? So it's an order finding violation, but I will reverse it if they have the permit application in with the engineering drawings. Just not an application, because it requires the engineering, and you said you were gonna do it in February. So this means you gotta do it, or you gotta remove it. It's your choice. I don't care either way, but something has to be done, and it will not be pushed off that much further, okay? 425, 58, 25, and it's status / fine. Okay?
Okay.
You get an order in the mail. All right,
Thank
next.
you.
Moving to page 4, 19-0274, 108 Santa Cruz Avenue, Raymond Crosby and Megan O'Connell.
Republic has a monopoly. All right, sir, you are?
Brett Perry, the contractor.
All right, Perry?
Correct.
And you are a GC?
I am.
Good. Let's get the right initials for the right person. BRETT?
Yes, sir.
Good, they love spellings here.
Okay, the code section is 12.2, prohibited dumpster. Dumpster must be from Republic Services. I observed this violation on 2/2019, mailed the notice of violation and notice of hearing certified, and posted them on the property. Like to enter in the evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
Okay. All right, you have an affidavit of service. You can proceed.
And I guess before I go any further, do you have anything with you giving you authorization? Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership, and Exhibit 3, photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Can the village keep this copy
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
file? Thank you.
Okay, so we have a authorization that satisfies the village attorney? That's fine by me. Okay, so I guess the village would say Republic has a franchise for waste removal services, while other people would say that, is that a monopoly?
They have an exclusive.
Seems like it.
So,
Really, it becomes a non-issue because this is a finding of fact.
okay. So I was going to give you enough time to get your stuff done and move the dumpster, but you seem to have moved the dumpster, so it's not a problem. So try to use a Republic dumpster there, again, if you're going to use it,
Yep. Will
so
do.
as to keep out of trouble with them. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Finding of fact is granted. Next case, please.
Top of page 5, 19-0079, 243 Preserve Court, Lori A. and Ricardo Lonnie.
Dina Foley, Code Officer for the Village of Royal Palm.
Haven't seen this lady in months. She was injured. And she forgot to put your name on the agenda, and I pointed it out. See, they don't even remember you being back. All right, Ms. Foley, please proceed.
Okay. Code section is 2657, gazebo built without a permit. This was observed by Margaret Hancock on 1/23/19. The notice of violation, notice of hearing were mailed out on 1/23/19 and were returned on 1/29/19. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. Now, y'all can talk outside, you just have to do it quietly. I don't care as long as it's not disrupting the rest of the stuff. All right. Wow, someone's gonna have to point that out on the picture to me. All right, you have a signed green card, you have service, you can proceed. And you people are?
Rick Lanny and my wife Lori.
There you go. You get to draw a box around your name. Don't have to worry about spellings, I hope, because I took it off the tax collector's roll.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, notice of violation, and the signed green card. Exhibit
What's
2.
the green card?
That you signed when the bill
Oh,
was
okay.
delivered.
That's a green card?
No, I was just saying I'm a
These are your
citizen.
immigration
Citizen,
status
so
or
I'm all
something to
right.
do with the mail.
Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership.
Sorry, I'm too
And
funny this
Exhibit
month.
3 is a photograph of the
I don't
violation.
know why.
Well, you couldn't have got a zoom lens or something?
Do you have any objection to the documents?
No, I don't.
I'm waiting for the village drone. I don't care about the zoom lens. They should need to fly over. Okay,
That
so.
looks like a dollhouse from my perspective, so I don't know.
Yeah, so is there a gazebo in your yard somewhere?
Yes, there is.
Did you get it permitted? Probably not.
No, I did not.
You need to get it permitted because the gazebo is a structure under their code. And the real reason is, you know, some people do great jobs and the thing will never move. I built my playhouse and I have 3-tab dimensional shingles that match my house and it's made it through 3 hurricanes. The damn thing won't go away. But some people just put their canopy out and they don't attach it to the ground and then the hurricane comes along and it blows into the neighbor's house and kind of messes everyone up. So that's the problem here. I don't know where it is in the yard. It's probably permittable. I was just at Home Depot and my daughter's like, look at that pretty gazebo. You should get it. I'm like, no.
Well,
So
I'll explain to them. I bought the gazebo and I installed it in September 2017. I've had a gazebo of some sort for the last 16 years back there, and every 3 or 4 years, but I really went out and spent some money on this one, for
Right.
like $1,400. I put it myself, and it's mounted onto our patio slab.
right. Well, it's not a question of, you know, did you buy it from somebody or did you make
No,
it?
I bought it from Costco.
Okay, well, see, that's great because the people from Costco will have the engineering for that gazebo.
Yeah, I have it here.
So all you have to do is, and you own this house, correct?
Yes.
So you're an owner-builder, you can apply for an owner-builder permit, as long as it's in a not setback area or allowed area. All you have to do is get a permit issued by 4/23,
425.
425, sorry.
5/8 hearing.
4/25.
Going to tell you next
What is it gonna tell me next? Oh. What are you gonna tell me next?
about your survey.
Oh, the survey.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry, keep going. Go ahead. Oh, no, I've been trying to piece this all together, and I know when putting the permit, I'm gonna need to have a surveyor come out there and look at it. I just can't get a surveyor to come out and look at it. I've called 4 different people.
She knows, I've been
None of
there
them is,
like
none of them
500
respond to me.
times.
So I took the initiative and I saw a builder out in Loxahatchee, Extreme Builders, and I stopped and talked to him. And he's like, oh, they're not going to respond to you. And I'm like, why is that? He goes, because yours is a gazebo job. There's no money. There's only like 3 people that'll go out to Royal Palm Beach and do surveying, and they're not going to do it for a gazebo. So I'm like, what do I do? I mean, we've called.
Getting a permit.
I've called 4 different surveyors to line up. Yeah, I got the names of everybody I called, and we even went there and put notes in their door. They won't respond. So I don't know how to get a surveyor out there to even fulfill the permit once I get the permit.
A permit, we have no problem getting a permit.
Right. But it has to be, I understand, I read as of November 17th, you have to have a surveyor for
Yeah.
elevation and everything else like that.
Do you have your old survey when you bought your house?
Yes.
Did you
Yes, I
try
bought it.
I have
contacting
it
that
with me.
company?
I'm sorry?
Did you contact that company? Because all they're
That's the
gonna
one
do
that I
is,
went and put a note in the door and they won't respond.
yeah, because all they do is recertify it. They just go out there, check the nails and make sure they're there and go, yeah,
Right, I've even spoken, I've been in 3 times.
The other day, yeah.
okay.
It's-
We're gonna give them a little bit more time. Let's bump it one more hearing. So make it May something and then the June hearing.
Yeah.
And that way you can try bribing them or, you need to know someone in the closing industry.
Well, I was
No, I'm
hoping
serious.
that you
Title
might
company,
say, you know,
title companies have favorite surveyors,
Mm-hmm.
and these title companies feed all these jobs to these surveyors, and they jump. So you
Yeah,
need to
because
find
they're-
someone who has that kind of pull with the surveyor.
the reason they have that pull with the surveyors is because they're gonna get 1,100 to 1,200 for the job. They know that they come out and do my gazebo,
Yeah.
they're gonna get 490 or 450 for it, and they don't, nobody wants to come out and do it.
Unfortunately, I can't deal with the economics of it. I can just give you a little extra time, which is what I'm gonna do.
I understand, but I'm trying my
Five,
best.
what?
We were asking for 425 or the 5/8 hearing.
I'm gonna go to 5 something and 6 something, so
So compliance by 6/7 or the 6/12 hearing.
6,
For
7,
$25
6,
a day
12.
fine.
Okay, 6. All right. 6, 12, 25. I don't know. You may have to keep going in the phone book or whatever you can do, or, you know, I don't know, but you're gonna have to
Well,
try
I
to
just
get
had one
someone out.
question, have you run across this besides me from anybody
No.
else? Okay.
They pretty much have gotten surveys
Okay.
done.
I mean, yeah.
Done the recertification without having to
With
spend
having somebody go out.
$400,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of these people, I mean, literally, if you say, look, I have your survey, this is just gravy, you send a guy by and just recertify it, I haven't added anything.
Okay,
And they may just do that as a, you know, quick 30-minute stop in between other jobs.
very good.
Because they should have you on a CAD machine, if they're at all modern, so. All right, 6, 7, 6, 12, 25, I'll sign that order.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
the question is, apply for the permit, and I had those 6, 7 to get it surveyed, is that correct?
No, you have to get it all
All in one
in,
bundle? Okay,
all
all
bundled in.
right, thank you.
Thank you, next.
19-0023 100 Sparrow Drive, number 11, Krista Dyson.
Okay, number 7.
Margaret Hancock, Code Enforcement Officer for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. Code Section 06190A1 and 5, structure is stained, sidewalk and driveway is stained rotted wood. I observed this violation on 1/10/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/10/19, spoke to the homeowner as well as posted it on the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, permit information.
Okay. Wood in Florida, not good. All right. Affidavit of service, you have service. Your name for the record, ma'am?
Krista Dyson.
Just like the title says.
Yep.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing.
Right, I have a copy of that.
Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership. Order, sorry.
That's okay.
Exhibit 3 is
Yeah,
photographs.
I'd like to see what you have here, so.
Sure.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Okay. Yes. Okay. That's common area sidewalk, that is not,
Okay, we can get there.
mm-hmm.
And then exhibit 4 is the village's ISO 400 permit information.
I don't know what that means.
It's the village's.
That would be a permit if you had applied for one.
Yeah, it
Oh,
shows
overtime.
permits,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay, from ages ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you have
okay.
any objection to the documents themselves?
Other than the one with the driveway or
Okay,
the
and we
sidewalk?
can
No
get
problem.
there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but
Okay.
yes, that's my home.
Okay, so. I'm just hearing bits and pieces and,
Yeah, do we need to make sure everything?
Yeah, I'm just.
that's okay, we're just waiting for someone to leave. All right, and he's leaving, so back to Ms. Dyson. We have a structure stained. You're saying the sidewalk and walkway that is stained is a common area of a condo or a, whatever this is?
Correct, and that has not been corrected. The HOA has pressure cleaned the entire, except for the piece in front of my home. I cannot explain why, but that's what's happened.
Well, I'll find that out,
I think we will sort of,
because they have cleaned everything else except for that.
You were there, and you can see it stops. And my neighbor next door to me had the same thing happen. I don't know if she had a violation and you re-inspected, but they stopped right at our 2 houses. I can tell you that we are the only 2 owner-occupied units on the premises.
Right.
All of the others are rentals and owned by the same group of individuals.
Yes, I am aware of that.
so they like their stuff and not your stuff?
And it's common area, so I'm not responsible for that.
Okay, well,
But
we-
the wood and the exterior is mine, yes.
Yeah, okay. So she's got, we'll deal with the walkway sideway thing, push that sort of off to the side there.
Right, so we'll just stick with the structure.
We'll just
being
stick with the
stained
structure and the rotted wood, and I,
Yes, so subpart 5 is what would be removed.
okay,
This
so
sidewalk
take out 5, and we'll let that become a separate case someday down the road if it is.
Yeah, I have that ongoing with the HOA.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you. God
So we're
bless you.
down to structure stain and rotted wood, and there's nothing like decorative wood in Florida to
Right.
go rot. So you can replace it or you can remove it.
I've been in, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I've been in touch with a contractor, and in fact, I have called multiple times and kind of given updates. The contractor gave me a quote that was, I mean, there's a lot of rotted wood that I didn't know was there, that even isn't in those pictures. So it's a significant sum of money that I was, and he wanted half down, so he and I have been negotiating. It's over $6,000. Because he's doing the wood in the back, and you don't have pictures of that, but it's rotted too. So he found a lot more
Okay.
when he inspected, so I want it all done. And I do have documents of our
Has
communications.
she been calling you a lot?
Yeah, we've
It's
been
a
in
lot of contact?
Yeah, and so,
We're going for the 6/7, 6/12, give him time.
yeah, and he will pull permits, and he's a
Yeah.
GC, and he's done work with the village, so
See, this is what you get for showing up. You get more time.
that's exactly what I was gonna ask for, so thank you.
So, yeah,
Appreciate that.
they've been wanting April. I've moved this up to June.
Thank you, that's great. It should definitely
And
be done by
that's-
then.
And that is because you have been talking, you have been calling, you have been cooperating.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a
So-
longtime village resident, and I know it needs to be done, so
Okay, and yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's actually, we need to correct this case and the previous case. The 6/12 hearing was actually being moved to the 19th.
Oh, okay,
So it should be
6/19.
6/7 or 6/19,
Okay.
or $25 a day fine.
I got an email for that. I think I already put it on my calendar. Okay.
Good job.
And then someone in North Palm Beach wanted me in September. You talk about being on top of it. It's like,
Wow.
here, you're in September. Wow. All right, 6/7, 6/19, 25. Keep them apprised.
So there's no fine until after that date, as long as
You're
I
not
get
even in
fixed?
violation right now.
Okay, excellent. And then
So-
might I ask you one more thing? If it is corrected and you come and re-inspect, do I still need to be at that hearing, or will that
No,
take care of it?
if you are done by the 7th
Okay,
and you are re-inspected, you'll get an affidavit of compliance and a finding of fact.
we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Thank
I
you.
mean,
Thank
talk
you.
to your contractor about what he can use instead of wood. I had a neighbor who,
He actually
he
quoted me for
replaced-
that. Yeah, well, not the T111, but something else that he says less.
my neighbor across the street he had a house with plywood on it, changed it all to hardy board, the stuff used in bathrooms because
It's-
it's waterproof.
Yeah, he told me it will last
So
like
good.
50
Fine.
years, like a
Good.
crazy amount of time.
Better material is
Yeah.
a good thing for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so that's probably why it's so expensive.
It is, but it'll
But it's
last.
worth it.
Do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Thank you so
6/7, 6/19, 25, granted. Next.
Moving to page 6, 19-0067, 198 Bob White Road, Charles R. and Joan A. Johnson.
Code section 0619111, the pool was not maintained. I observed this violation on 1/18/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/22/19, and met with Mr. Johnson. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
They're going to show you some documents before I do a finding of fact. You are in compliance, but they love process here, so they're going to go through the procedure.
State your name for the record.
What's that again?
Your name for the record.
Oh, Charles Johnson.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm a little
That's
hard of
okay.
hearing. Okay, go ahead.
Notice of hearing, notice of violation.
Okay.
Exhibit 2, let me get these off
Mhm.
here. Exhibit 2 is proof of
Who
ownership.
came in at
Just from the
least?
property appraiser website.
Okay.
And Exhibit 3 is
Yeah,
a
the
photograph of the violation.
Okay.
And then Exhibit 4 is an affidavit of compliance showing that you've come into compliance. Do you have any
Oh.
objection to these documents?
No, I don't.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so you have fixed the problem. You didn't fix it in the timely manner for the village, but you fixed it anyway. So I'm going to do something called the finding of fact that says you are not going to get a fine and just keep it clean.
Okay.
So that's it. Finding of fact is granted. Have a good evening.
Okay. That's it?
That's it. You're done.
Okay.
Thank you for cleaning it up.
Got my paper
Thank you.
clip.
Next.
Page 7, the bottom, 18-2031, 9100 to 9250 Belvedere Road, Royal Palm Business Plaza condominium.
Ooh, a long one. All right.
Okay, the code sections are 15-141, 15-132, 15-57, 15-64, 9-8, 12-54, 6-195, 23-49. This violation was written on 12/14/2018, and it was returned unclaimed, and it was posted. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership by division of corporation information. And Exhibit 3, pictures. And we're going to scratch off the 15-164.
And which one is that?
That's the vegetation, only because the code section has changed. It changed a week after it was written.
And it's 15-64.
The 1564 is off. You have a new substitute one you're putting in, or are you going to do something that later?
We'll just take
We'll
it
just
off
skip
for
that.
now. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
they've
sure
got
they'll
another
do it.
half a
I'm
dozen.
sure they'll do it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Oh my God, it's a photo album.
And
All right. You have an affidavit of service, so you can proceed.
currently 1557, they have mowed.
Okay, so that's the finding of fact?
Yes.
Can you state your names for the record, please?
And my name is Bruce Elkind.
All right, Bruce, you're going to spell that last one.
Spell your last name, sir.
Elkind is E-L-K-I-N-D.
And your relation to the property?
I'm one of the unit owners there, one of 84 units.
And your name, sir?
Joey Saban.
Your
Spell your last name?
Sure. S-A-B-A-N. And I too am one of the unit owners.
Okay. Oh, it looks so fuzzy.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing. Notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is corporate information from Sundays. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violations. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. Put the photo album into evidence. I've never had that many pictures on a case, ever.
This is a unique case.
Okay, so tell me about all these lovely violations that you have a paragraph about.
So they do have some landscape issues. I met Dr. Elkine at the property probably about 3 weeks ago now, and we went over some things. I'll let him go over where they are. But they did go in, they cleaned up the landscape debris, they have mowed. I don't know, did you get the dumpster? I didn't check
Yes.
that today. I was
Actually, I
out
have a
front,
picture
but
of it if you want to see it.
Okay. No, I trust you. But the overall landscape and the staining on the building still needs to be done. The back needs to be cleaned up. But he'll tell you the issue that they're facing. And I also had contact for the bank. There's no one from the bank this year, correct? No. Okay. So I had contact from the bank that had said that they were going to be doing some work as well. So I kind of thought that they might be here tonight. But
Why would the bank be involved?
You want to start from the beginning?
Well, if you do it quickly.
Quickly, I'll just go back about 3.5 years. We found out that our HOA, which was being run by one person, which is against the bylaws, was in fact involved in a $50 million EB5 scam with Chinese investors.
Cool.
The SEC is suing him. He's embezzled our money. He owes $460,000 to the HOA. He's hiding in China right now. And 11 of us have scraped the money together for the last 3.5 years to keep the water on, the electric on, and the garbage picked up at the dumpster level. We had no idea a lot of this was going on because we drive in, we see things going on, but we don't really pay particular attention to it till we know that things are not getting done properly. We, last night, voted in a legal board finally in the last 3.5 years, so we are now reorganizing. We thought the bank would be here because they own 71% of that whole plaza. So basically, they're collecting the rent from that one owner, all his tenants, which comes to $46,000 in HOA dues, but it actually amounts to about $100,000 a quarter in rent. And for the longest time, they were not helping us. I just saw, I think last week, they had somebody out doing the gardening, the tree trimming. I paid over the weekend $1,600 to have the garbage picked up around the plaza. We are getting estimates for landscape, but right now, it's at $56,000. We collect $15,000 a quarter, and this is $56,000 just to replace the dead vegetation. So unless the bank helps us, I don't know how we're going to dig ourselves out of this hole.
Okay,
We need
well,
time.
if the bank owns 71% of it, they should be kicking in 71% of the special
Until they
assessment.
legally foreclose, there's no real legal obligation for them to pay anything.
And they're in the process. There is a hearing tomorrow morning.
Downtown
on
West Palm
foreclosure.
Beach. I think they're accelerating the foreclosure because that owner is not contesting anything.
Okay, so the bank is accelerating the foreclosure. All right, it's a mess.
So, yeah.
What would you
it
like
is
to
a
do with this
So,
mess?
what I would like to do, I know it's not quite reasonable, but what I would like to do is set a compliance date of 5/31. So I had, the bank representative contacted me once he got the notice from Elaine, I believe, and said that they were gonna try to get it taken care of. So I don't wanna just status it out. I do wanna set a compliance date to kind of hold pressure onto the bank. So if we could set a compliance date to 5/31, but set it up a status/fine hearing, that way if the bank isn't doing what it needs to do, we can status it out and move it forward from there without.
Okay.
We feel we want to improve the value of our plaza that we own units ourselves. And obviously, the bank, I think, really has no interest in increasing the value because they could let it go as a fire sale.
I think if they had an interest, they would be here today, so that's another thing.
Absolutely. But I'm hoping that maybe if they see the order with a compliance date, that it might push them to move forward faster.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about condominium ownership is you get to go to bed with all these new people.
Right.
You know? And it
Although
looks like
I did find out from Fire Control Inc., our fire alarm monitoring people, when I called the other day to make a payment, they go, you have a zero balance. I go, why? The bank made a deal that they would erase the $5,000 debt if they paid $3,200, and they would continue the monitoring until the place was sold.
well, maybe
But that's
that's
not in writing.
Right.
Well, that's at least a step
It's a
forward.
step.
And
Hoping
hopefully
the bank would be
the,
here, because they don't normally talk with us, so I was hoping to meet them.
yeah, overrated.
I know.
Okay, 531,619 for status/fine assessment. What kind of dollar amount do you want me to throw in there? Do you want to
Can we
do,
just leave it blank?
how about up to 100? Up to 100,
yeah.
that way, this is motivational. Normally I'd do $50 on this, or 25, but I'll do up to 100,
Okay.
just to make your bank a little bit more excited about $100 a day, potentially.
Mhm.
It's not $100 a day, it said up to.
Okay.
So it's an
Right.
indeterminate amount. Okay.
And you said the 6/19 date?
Yeah,
Thank
I went to 619 because I remember
Now,
someone
how
emailed.
do you send correspondence? Because obviously you send it to an HOA that doesn't exist, and Elaine
Well-
finally checked the mailbox, and I got a copy of this like a week before I met you.
I don't know, somehow Elaine got the notice.
Because there's a mailbox and she checks it.
Right, but somehow she got it to the bank.
Well, she probably got it and then said, well, they need to know about this.
Okay, so,
We just formed a new HOA. As soon as we get on sunbiz.org all of our information, we will be more legit. But for the moment, my address could be a contact information.
so what I'll do is I'll actually email all this stuff to you, because I have your email, I
Please.
emailed you before. I'll email you, and then I'll also, I still have to mail it to what we
Yeah.
have for
Yeah,
Florida
just
State
official.
statute, but I'll mail it to you as well, and I'll post it to Elaine
Mm-hmm.
much faster,
Yes. Thank
so
you.
that she can contact them.
Okay.
Okay,
All
great. Hopefully your bank is better than your scammer.
Hopefully.
We can only wish.
Thank you.
Do we
Okay.
do any paperwork signing now, or?
No, nothing for now.
All right, thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
All right.
Moving now to page 8, fine mitigation hearings, case 18-0933.
I bet that's the
And
second
I'm
row.
sorry, yep, that's 50 Crestwood Court North, Grandview at Crestwood Condominium Association, Inc.
See, I told you that'd be the second row.
The following documents into evidence, Exhibit 1, the fine mitigation request, Exhibit 2, the order assessing fine, and Exhibit 3, verification of ownership.
Okay. How much is the fine? Can't be that much.
$2,825.
25. All right, so this is the part of our program where it gets flipped. You get to tell us who you are and then why the fine should be reduced. So let's start with the who you are part.
My name is Grace Corelli. I am the treasurer of the board of Grandview at Crestwood.
Corelli, spell that.
Carelli.
I would have guessed it, but you never know. All right, Trej. And you are, sir?
Scott Garish, Gerrish, management.
Okay, is what the first name?
Scott.
Scott, that's what I thought. You just jumped right into Garish spelling. Okay, Scott Garish, and you're with the management. Okay, why should the fine be reduced, and what amount do you propose?
First, I'd like to thank the village for their patience in dealing with us. We had over 5 contractors involved in correcting these violations. The total amount came to $393,000 to correct all these violations. That's a slow, tedious process when you're dealing with volunteer board members, and they have really given their all to resolve this issue and have been in contact with the village. On behalf of the Crestwood Grandview, I would like to ask for extreme leniency due to the fact the amount of money it took to resolve this fine. Thank you.
Okay, what's the village's position?
The village would be amenable to reducing the fine to $706.25.
706.25 is granted.
Thank you.
How's that?
And payable within 60 days.
Am I pushing my luck to ask for less?
Yes.
Okay.
60 days is 513.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
That's right.
No, it doesn't
Thank you
hurt
very
any-
much. We appreciate
Never
it.
hurts to ask. All right, 706.24. There, I gave her a penny off. Seriously. 706.24. Because you asked.
513.
513.
Thank you.
Well, you made it 513 now. You had it 514 before, but that's okay. She cut off a day. That's all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, I've got
Give us
probably
1 second.
we got at least 3 stray or 2 strays.
We have a
Stray,
couple
stray,
strays.
one more stray.
We have 4 of them.
All right, hold on. Everyone who did not swear gets to raise your right hand now. This is my gentleman in the back row too. Everyone, raise your right hand. Sir, you too. You swear to tell swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say I do. Swear or affirm? Yes. Affirm. Everyone else? I do, I do, I do. Everyone does. Fine. Just a little housekeeping.
And
They're
Special
pulling your
Magistrate,
files.
If we could, while we're waiting, if we could go back to page 5 of 8, the top case, we need to make a correction for the record on the fine assessment hearing date. We stated it as 6/12, it should be 6/19.
I already changed it. You already told me.
Okay, just want to make sure.
You told me on 19-0023, and then you said it was also go to the top, the last one also, which is
Good,
the top of
just
the
want to make
page.
sure we got that one
So
on
it's
there.
all on the record.
Thank you.
We actually did it while Miss Dyson was in the room too, so. And it actually gives the Lonnies more time. Why would they care? Okay. Okay. Ooh, we're playing files. Never mind. Wait a minute.
Yep.
It's all good. This is the point of the program where my daughters would all check their phones. Just in case someone said something to them or about them, or about someone they know. And I feel very bad for them because you can track your child anywhere now, and when I was growing up, you had like freedom. I couldn't find a payphone, Mom.
Should be 923.
Okay,
Then it's going to be Dahlia Drive.
Okay, what page?
page 1.
Page 1.
Next page.
This one
They're here.
Go, yep.
He's here. And then we have towards the back, should be like 7. 637 Peppergrass. And then on the very back, 103 Mallard.
Thank you.
Okay. Which
Okay,
one
so
you calling
going
first?
back to fine assessment hearings, page 1, 18-1944, 923 Orchid Drive, Jose A. Lido and Leandra J. Torres.
Canopies. Sort of a variation on the.
I'd like to enter into evidence the previous order, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
All right, your name for the record?
Jose Lido.
Okay, you have a signed green card. You can proceed.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation
Mhm.
with the signed green card. Page 2 of the order. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is a photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
Okay. Yes, but what is the violation?
He's asking what the violation is.
The canopy without a permit.
Okay, the canopy, the
Oh, no,
permit.
no, stop. We're just doing the documents.
Any objection to the documents
Yes,
themselves?
okay, yes.
thank
All right, without objection. Now we can do the case.
Fine.
They're very, very into procedure. They got to get their service in, they got to get their documents in, then they can talk. All right, so we have a canopy in the back, or where is the canopy?
In the backyard,
In the backyard, it doesn't have a permit?
correct.
You need a permit. So that's
Okay.
the problem. Now you can tell me your
The
side.
permit is in the office. First time, Mike told me that I need 20 and 20. And he
side.
doubles checking, and he told me 15 to the back and 20 to the side. And he have the paper, I waiting for him, he give me the approve for I do. That's it, this is easy.
The last notes I have in the computer were from 117.
Yes.
That was the last time you spoke to anybody in the office?
I don't know how many times I go to the office, but I go a lot, and he say, wait. He not ready. And I wait for that, for the proof.
So you have a permit application in?
Yes, he have every paper, every document is in the office.
Okay. And what was the last date?
The revision came in on 2/19 and it's not signed off or anything.
So the revision has been in the office
Since 219.
since 219, and we're now at 313,
and compliance was
someone's gonna get a lot more time.
But planning and zoning is behind on their review.
So, yeah, he's not gonna get fined if he's got an application in for a month or more before this. Okay. We're just gonna reset it for a hearing.
For status?
Status. Because, yeah, I mean, you've got a 219 application in, he should be rejected in 2 or 3 weeks, not, just hanging out till.
So you want to continue to just continue to the next month's hearing?
Yeah. It gives everyone a chance to catch up.
4/9.
For what? How about,
9.
what's the date of this?
The next hearing is 4/10, yeah.
All right, so back it up to the prior week would be 6 or 7, somewhere in there. Let's give it
5.
4/5. 4/5, 4/10,
It was originally $25 day fine.
25. We've kind of moved you back a step to a violation again because you've done what you're supposed to do and they haven't done what they're supposed to do. And if they don't do what they're supposed to do by 4/10, you're going to get more time because they need to get this out of their office and get you a permit or whatever.
Okay, what I need to do? Waiting for the he approve, or I need remove it?
You don't need to do anything at the current time unless they tell you. Right now, you did what you were supposed to. They're sitting on their hands on your permit. I cannot fine you or do anything to you if you've done what you're supposed to, and we're just waiting. So we're going to wait another month and see if they can get it out, and hopefully they'll approve it because you have it in the right place. And then no one will see each other again, and we'll all be great. And if they still haven't done it, you'll come back and say, I've got the permit in, and I'll look over here at the screen that I'm looking at, and I'll see 219 and go, okay, we'll give them more time.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Next.
Staying on the same page, 18-1970-11806 Dahlia Drive, Manuel Dominguez.
Okay, and you are?
Byron Thomas.
Okay, Byron.
Son-in-law.
I'm hoping that I'm spelling it right. No funny spellings?
No funny spelling.
Great. And you are a tenant or the owner or what?
Tenant, owner, whatever.
Tenant, fine.
Send my father along then.
Submit evidence.
Okay.
I'd like to enter into evidence the previous order, finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Signed green card equals service.
And sir, what was your relation again to the property?
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
Yes.
Send my father-in-law name.
Okay, close enough.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the previous order finding violation with the signed green card. Page 2 of the order. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is a photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
Nope.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, do you know what's prohibited about the vehicle?
Army?
Do you know what is prohibited about the vehicle?
Yes.
It's the tank on the back.
Yes, I'm aware of it. I got a permit. I'm just waiting on them to come and give me a permit so I can put a fence around there. That's what I've been told I can do.
Correct. He has a permit in, so we're asking for continuance.
Continuances granted.
Yeah, we're
When do you-
asking for
what-
compliance by 4/8 or the 4/10 status/fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine.
Okay, and fencing it off is sufficient?
Yes.
Good. You agree? What can I say? Granted. See ya. Buy a lotto ticket.
Thank you.
It's up to like 400 mil. Well, Powerball. I got one. Watch me retire. Okay,
I
next.
think we're going, you have the next one?
Okay, if it's a repeat, it's gotta be page 3? Because there's a repeat
Yeah, I'm
violation
sorry.
date.
The second one down, 19-0247, 101 South State Road 7B, Uriel Investments LLC.
Okay, who do we have for you? Uriel Investments LLC at 101 South State Road 7B. That's the owner of the property.
Okay.
You may be the tenant or something else.
We're the tenant.
That's fine. Your name for the record, sir?
Lance Morton Sr.
Morton
Morton,
just like the salt.
like the salt.
Okay.
And, go ahead, Officer.
The code section is 2041. This is a repeat violation for prohibited signage. I observed this violation on 2/16/19. Mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right, you have a signed green card, you have service.
And before we get any further, do you have anything authorizing you to speak on behalf of the property owner?
Not on behalf of the property owner. We're just a tenant there.
Are you the person with the sign, though?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'll allow it. He's the real party in interest. They are, what, the one in the picture?
Mattress firm.
Mattress firm, there you go.
Mattress
Up to
firm.
70% off mattresses.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to anybody
These
there,
are the
so-
exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is
The notices all go to
notice
the
of repeat
owner.
violation, signed green card. Exhibit 2 is the previous order finding violation. Exhibit 3, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 4, photographs of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
The only thing is, I'm not sure who signed the green card, because once we got this, that's when we got involved and we're here. I don't know if you delivered that to the wrong address and we never got.
They're required by state statute to send it to the address on the tax collector's roll. That's
the
because
owner.
they assume that the owner is getting his tax notices and they're paying their taxes. So they are required to send it to this one particular address, which is the owner's taxable. And sometimes it's a law firm, and sometimes it's their accountant, and sometimes it's their office in Dallas or Los Angeles or wherever. They're not required to send it to you,
But this is where they go.
but this is where they send it to, because it's on the tax collector's roll. That's why they show you that, here's the ownership. Well, that's only half of it. It's the ownership and the address.
Okay.
Any objection to the documents?
No.
No. And the problem with it is the village is, anti-temporary signs. And a lot of people, I've seen some places where you couldn't have anything but black and white signs or lettering. It was horrible. I think it was Coral Springs in Broward County. And they literally had to change the law at the state level to let you put a McDonald's sign that had golden arches.
Right.
So the village is like, is that what I'm talking about, the 70% off sign basically in your picture?
Yes.
And that's the problem. You can't have temporary signage. The only temporary signage allowed is when you first get your business started. I think you have a grand opening banner and you may be able to have a temporary sign while you're getting your real sign put up. So that's the problem. You can't put what they call snipe signs, which call feather signs, and that's just a banner of some kind.
Right.
So how many days, how many dollars?
It's been out of compliance for 11 days at $100 a day, so we'd be asking for a fine of $1,100 and not continuing.
And that's the problem. It becomes an expensive advertising process. And
So could I ask you this, because we didn't get any information, or we didn't get any, as soon as we learned that we couldn't have that up, it was down the next day.
Right, understood. And that's just a part of the process. You saw the condominium association come in,
Right.
so you could ask for a reduction if you want. They're saying it's a repeat violation, so you
Right.
knew or should have known.
Right.
If it
Same
happened
tenant.
before,
Right.
he may not be the same manager. He may be just suffering from what happens is, if there's a repeat violation at a premises or at an address, if it doesn't happen for 5 years, that falls off, and you get to go through the whole process again.
That was from November of last year.
Okay, well, it's probably then you or somebody that was fairly close there. So, you can't do it and continue to do it. What happens with repeats is they cut off you have 10 days to move it out part. It's just, we see it, you're starting to get fined, get rid of it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm kind of stuck in the process, I'm going to grant the $1,100, no continuing.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you,
Talk
sir.
to your landlord. You're going to tell him, look, if you would have told me this, I would have had it out in a day. It would have been a $100 fine. I would have been done.
Right.
If they're not going to talk to you, at least you have an argument with them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Next,
you.
we're on page 7. We're at violation hearings again, 18-1928, 637 Peppergrass Run, Alvaro E. Reyes and Eleonora Castano.
The code section is 1571, the description, tree removed without a permit. This violation was written on 11/5/2018. It was sent certified mail on 11/5/2018. It was returned unclaimed and then posted. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Like, what's that, a dead chicken?
What? No.
Amusing picture. You'll see it when
An
you get there.
inflatable turkey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that I put over the holiday. I put it, yeah.
Okay. That's the first inflatable turkey I've seen in one of your pictures.
My name is Damian McFarland, Senior. I'm the tenant there. So I have a letter from the owners that I was showing up for them because they live in New York.
Oh, is Daniel McFarland?
Damien,
Damien, okay. I knew it was a D.
Jamaican Irishman.
Hi, I'm Scottish, Swedish, and Korean. How's that?
Oh, that's a mix.
Scottish, Swedish, and Korean.
That's okay. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter
I
into
like
evidence.
Irish.
Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and the notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3, photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to the documents?
No.
Thank
Nothing.
you, sir. Can the village keep this copy for the record?
Yes, I
Thank
have
you.
another.
All right, so you're authorized. I kind of let people talk anyway. All right, so they took it out of a tree and they covered it up with an inflatable turkey, which is unique here in Royal Palm Beach.
No, actually, last year around, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Around June, the association wrote a letter to the owners that the tree was dead and need to be removed or trimmed, which is, the association is Nautica Lakes, which is Davenport owned. So they reach out to me, send me the letter. I have documentation that about the tree to be trimmed, which my lawn guy trimmed the tree. The tree didn't work out. It was dead from that time anyway. So we topped the tree off. Davenport then sent another letter back in August 20th saying remove the trunk of the tree. Even though there was green leaves on it, it's not growing. So my landscape guy cut the tree down to the ground. Then brought me to November of last year when you guys gave us a letter. So I reached out to them, but because of the Spanish thing, I had to reach out to their daughter to interpret to them what's going on and told them that this was serious after I stopped by the office to find out that they could put a lien on the property. Yada. So I kind of got that interpreted through Google Translate.
Well, they won't. They're going to put a lien, but not for another step in the process. So
We haven't done it yet.
we're good. We're good right now. See, okay, so basically, the homeowners association was saying knock down the damn tree
because it's dead.
Because it's dead. The village is saying, hey, you have a requirement to have X number of trees on the property, and it's all fine and dandy if you knock down a tree as long as you have the other trees there, but you probably don't have them there.
Well, you still have to get a vegetation removal permit.
Like anyone does, but okay. I mean, this is the reality of the situation. They ask you to get a vegetation removal permit. You know, you can apply or actually get your owner to apply for a vegetation removal permit.
Well, that's why I came and asked for the letter, because I just got the paper last week Wednesday from the office, and they didn't have enough time to get it done.
No, it's fine. You're going to get time to get your owner to come in and apply somehow.
Owner cannot apply.
Okay, who has to?
It's going to have to be the landscaper. You'll have your landscaper apply for it.
Okay.
Okay.
My landscaper's license is just maintenance and trim. Well, let me find out. Let me not.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be a GC or an arborist or anyone.
No.
It just has to be someone who does landscaping.
It's got to be a tree professional. So yeah, it's going to be a tree professional. But
Oh.
you can have a landscaper.
You could say he's a tree professional.
Okay.
No, they get licensed from the state.
Oh.
If they're a landscaper, they can do the trees. If they're lawn maintenance, they're just supposed to cut.
Okay, so a landscaper is different than a lawn maintenance guy, who's
Yes.
totally different from a landscape architect
Right.
who can draw plans with little circles on them. All right,
So-
this is the owner's problem that you're going to try to help them with. They need to get a tree guy to file a permit for them. And part of what the permit process will be they'll look around, I guess, to see if there's another tree on the property or something.
Yeah, well, that's all part of the new landscape code, so they're gonna have to mark up a survey that shows all the trees, all the shrubs, make sure they're all at the right height, diameter.
All right. You get to tell Google Translate to, have the daughter talk to you.
Yes.
They need to go get a permit from a landscaper to remove a tree they've already removed. That's an easy thing. But the harder thing may be they have to replant a couple trees.
So this paperwork that I got from the office, as far as the owner vegetation removal permit to send to owners, they can't do this anymore?
They're telling it needs a landscaper to do it now.
Tree maintenance.
He needs to come to the village and figure out what the process is. We're here tonight telling him that he needs to get the permit for the tree that was removed.
Yeah, and it's really not your job. It's really the
I was
owner's
trying to-
job. But if you're helping
he's
out,
trying
that's
to
fine.
help.
I was trying to.
No, if you're helping, that's the best thing in the world because we have a language issue. We probably have a distance issue.
Have a card of mine?
So, and they'll help you out too. I mean, they may be able to say, this guy does a lot of work in the village. You may want to talk to them because they will be a licensed landscaper as opposed to a lawn mower.
Okay.
So if you're licensed, there's a license for landscaping in the state now? How nice. DPR,
I don't know the name.
the Department of Professional Regulation thing?
I don't think it is.
I think they have a competency or,
It's-
something like
I don't think it's DPR, but
So that'd be an easy thing then, probably.
no, we're asking in this case for compliance by 425 or the 5.
Well, actually, given the fact that it's already dead and gone, and he's gonna have some issues with language, why don't we just do this 5 something? Because he's here, he's trying hard.
The 531,619.
531,619, that way I've given you more time for the language problem and the getting the professional problem. That work for you?
Sounds good, sir. So basically, for just my information, they just need to get this.
They
dealt
need
with.
to get
I'll
someone
call.
who's licensed to sign the application for the tree removal that's already been removed.
They need to come and see us because our landscape code has changed. They need to come and speak with us in the office.
And-
That is gonna give you.
So you're gonna call me?
Yes.
They need to be in compliance, you'll have to obtain a vegetation removal permit, and then you have 6 months to do whatever vegetation you have to plant with that open permit.
They're gonna have to hire somebody because they live in New York. So
Yeah, well, they're going to do that. You don't want to walk around with a 12-foot oak tree. So,
thank you so much.
okay, so does this stuff all go to New York? The address on that file, is that the New York address?
No.
It's here? Okay, make sure you
On
get,
the letter that you have their New York that I.
no, just make sure that you get it up to them.
Okay, but I'm saying the letter that I put on file today.
But that's not where we legally have to send the notice to the property appraiser
Okay.
address, not to the New York address.
You
is
need
the
to tell them also
Yes.
that they need to contact the property appraiser and have them change the address to their New York address, so they'll get the notices.
Thank you.
Now, if you tell the code enforcement department, I want copies of whatever you're noticing them with, they'll provide it. They'll say, okay, they usually send you just an email saying blah, blah, blah. Because that sometimes,
We don't usually just send an email, we'll try and note it to give it to you as well.
good.
But that gets hard when you start changing officers and stuff,
Okay.
Yeah, but at least it'll get to the right address, which is them. Because if it just goes to the next tenant, they may put it in the trash can, they'll never see it, they'll be in big trouble. So this way, they're directly responsible, they get the notices.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Farland. All right, and we have one person left in the back of the
Yes,
room.
page 8, fine mitigation hearings, 18-1035, 103 Mallard Court, Jean C. and Marie C. Pernalin.
I'd like to know the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, letter requesting fine mitigation. Exhibit 2, previous order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, affidavit of compliance. Exhibit 4, verification of ownership.
Okay, number 15, go, okay. Your name, sir?
You already did that.
You already said sworn, your name.
What'd you say?
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Gene Puenilon.
All right, Gene, spell your last name?
Prenelon.
Okay, and who are you to Natwona Fuller?
No,
Oh,
he's-
no,
We're not there.
or a different one?
Who are you?
I thought you was on page 8. Oh, I'm on 9. Never mind. Ah, right there.
18-1035.
Okay. Gene Pills, got it.
Got him under control.
I thought it was on the addenda. I'm not. Okay. He's number 15 here. All right, well, it's not going to be a huge fine, but whatever it is, it is.
The fine amount's $275.
All right, why should the fine be reduced, sir?
What'd you say?
Why should the fine be reduced? You're asking for a reduction. Why should it be reduced?
Oh, but I want to reduce because first of all, I don't get job now. And second point, I fix that thing they give me the violation for that I was fixed it. But I live in New York. I was fixed it and I leave. That thing for me come to the ceremony to prove them I fixed it. At that time I got a doctor appointment to went to doctor appointment. I came there, I signed it. I let the officer know. I said my left, I have to come back. But that time I went to New York to come back. I'm late. That's why I said if they can reduce it for me. Because I fixed everything they asked me to fix.
I know you fixed everything they asked you to fix, but the village has certain costs they have.
Correct, we would be opposing the reduction here, the fine amount.
I mean,
doesn't even cover the legal
even
costs.
if I've reduced $100,000 to $250, but I won't do it below there because they have fixed costs. This is 3 orders or 2 orders they've had to record. They've had to pay for their attorneys 2 times to show up here. And now this is the 3rd time on the request for a reduction.
And we still have to release a lien.
And they still have to release a lien, and that's still going to cost them more attorney time to prepare the release of lien and more money to pay the clerk to record the release of lien and the abstracting fees and things of that nature.
Correct.
So, I don't see a reason for me to reduce this fine.
Well, anyway, try your best to see what you can do because
Unfortunately, it's under the cost right now. I mean, you did a good enough job of stopping the fine quickly but you don't have to, is homestead property? Is it?
I don't know.
Probably. I don't know.
Yes.
It's a homestead property, so they can't foreclose on the fine. You can pay it whenever you want to, or you can wait till you sell the property and it'll be satisfied then. Okay.
I mean, you say I can pay them piece by piece, but $50 and maybe?
No, it has to be paid all at once. If you're going to do that, put the money in a coffee can until you get the $275, then give them a check.
I have to pay them one shot, right?
One shot. So, but there's no way they can do anything until you get your money together, is what I'm saying. They can't foreclose on it. They can't levy on it. They can't do a thing until you're ready to pay them. So pay them when you get it all together.
Yeah, but I can find them one shot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reduction is denied. All right, next.
Moving back to page 1,
Page
back to
1.
fine assessment hearings. 18-1789102 Prestige Drive, Tavares and Myrick.
Okay.
Like to enter into evidence the previous order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 pictures.
Sign green card equals service. Let me look at the pictures. Front of the house is, the garbage can. Back of the house is, playhouse. All right, what do you want?
This has been out of compliance for 13 days. We'd be asking you to fine
325 plus continuing is granted.
18-1864 132 Cortez Avenue, James W. and Jennifer Bassford.
Like to enter into evidence the previous order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, permit information.
All right, affidavit of service equals service, and okay, so fence is expired. What is this? Another 325 plus continuing is granted?
Yes, sir.
I could wake up in the middle of the night and say, what's 13 times 25?
Top of page 2, 18-1980869 Camellia Drive, Nolissus C. Silverio.
Like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, the previous order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 picture.
Sign green card equals service. Okay, and what's wrong? It's not screened.
No, it can't be parked on the driveway. It can only be parked on the side of the house.
Oh, okay. See, I like learning these things. So if he moved it back, it'd be good, but he can't move it, leave it there. Got it. What do you want on this one?
Again, 13 days, so 325 and continuing.
325 plus continuing is granted.
18-2036 200 Cordoba Circle, FYR SFR Borrower LLC.
Like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, the previous order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3 picture.
So we let Dina have one case on her way back so she could get into it? All right, you have a signed green card, you have service, what would you like?
Again, out for 13 days, so $325 fine and continuing.
325 plus continuing is granted.
18-1870, 1400 Chorus Way, Oscar E. Chavez.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, affidavit of service equals service. Let me see. At least the guy sounds consistent. Now, I learned that you can leave your lights up all year long if you want to leave your Christmas lights up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
325 plus continuing is
Yes, sir.
granted.
Thank you. 18-1873, 1104 Grandview Circle, Marcos A. Gamara.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Just parenthetically, the pressure washers are on sale on Costco for $2.99.
Really?
Just slightly under the fine amount here.
That's a good deal.
And if you go get one of those little surface cleaner things, you can be done 4 times faster.
You said 3.
Oh, I told 3. And boy, yeah, it needs some trim work too. And, oh, there's her piece of paper. I knew it'd be somewhere. All right, 325 plus continuing?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
Thank you.
18-1936, confidential record, Samuel L. Thompson.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. There's no paper in that one, sorry.
That's okay. Okay. All right, 325 plus continuing?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
18-2054, 1341 West Side Way, Mary C. Hillhouse.
See how it almost looks like Mary Chill
I'd
House.
like to enter the
That would be a
following
much better
documents
name.
into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. We have
All right.
to know.
Oh. Ah, she spelled it wrong. Someone. Hold on 1 second here. Okay.
It's not chill.
It isn't. It's C Hill House, but someone had. Okay, never mind. All right. So once again, 325 plus continuing.
We need to, for the record, before we get there, remove 15-64, which is the vertical clearance section. That's just being
Okay.
taken off.
Vertical clearance was met. This is 64.
No, the code actually changed, so we need to remove it.
Oh, okay. What's the code now?
1540.
Oh,
This is a
15.
different code
This-
section.
They just changed the number?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they got lucky. So they just
And the
high grass and
requirements,
weeds.
actually, as well.
Oh, what's the requirement now?
Over sidewalk is 8 foot 6 inches. On the street is 14 feet 6 inches.
Okay. So we got basketball players in the neighborhood. Okay.
So for the remaining 1557, it's been out for 13 days, so 325 again.
325 plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Moving now to page 3, violation hearings, 19-0056, 103 Ponce de Leon Street, Rosemary M. Pierre.
Code section is 6190A. The description is the drive-in sidewalker stain. I observed this violation on 1/17/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
All right. So you have track and confirm for Asbury Park, New Jersey. Bob Springs or Springsteen?
Yeah.
Bruce, there we go. All right. So what do you want with these?
Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right. 425, 5825 is granted.
19-0085, 153 Cordova Circle, Diane S. Thomas.
Code section is 144A, disabled unregistered vehicle. I observed this violation on 1/23/19, mailed a notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
It's a lovely little Honda. Is that the Honda that's the problem?
Yes.
Okay. It's a lovely little Honda, and it's not broken up by one of those ugly license tags on the back. All right, 425, 5825?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
19-0108, 142 Miramar Avenue, Jessica M. Irons.
Right, my code section is on here. Code sections are 2318B, 136, 190A, H, and 15132. Parking on the lawn,
With a prohibited vehicle,
Prohibited
while the driveway and
vehicle.
sidewalks are stained.
driving sidewalk and structure is stained, shutter is closed, and missing sod on the lawn. I observed this violation on 1/30/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and posted them on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. Prohibited is the welder in the back of the truck.
Correct.
Got that one. Driveway structure, sidewalk, okay, I got the structure stained if you look around the elephant ears. And then we have the driveway, okay, this is a good one on that. And where's the parking on the lawn? Am I not there yet? I don't get a parking on the lawn
It's
picture.
obvious with the grass there.
All right.
I forgot to put the picture in with the,
Oh, okay, in front of the trash can that's not screened? Is that what you're telling me, that there's a car there usually? Okay, I'll take the testimony. 425, 5825?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
Top of 4, 19-0114, confidential record, Elizabeth and Raphael S. Arce.
the code section is 2657, play structure without a permit. I observed this violation on 1/31/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and posted them on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
So you actually do put their address on the letter. I can't tell it for the record, but you have to. Well, it's confidential, come on. All right, so it's one of these easy builds. No challenge there. All right,
Again, compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
granted.
19-0115, 2788 Misty Oak Circle, Jorge Acuna.
Code sections are 6190A, 94, and 124C. Tarp on the roof, fence in disrepair, and garbage can not screened from view. I observed this violation on 1/31/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and posted on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. So, yeah, it kind of contrasts with the terracotta roof, that blue. Just, even I know that doesn't go together, and I'm a guy.
And then this one, code section 9-4, which is the fence in disrepair, is a finding of fact.
9-4, fence and disrepair,
And the
FOF.
remaining code sections, compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
All right, finding of fact on 9-4, all others are 425, 5825.
Thank you. 19-0126, 174 Bilbao Street, Armando C. and Sherry L. Rubalcava.
Code sections are 2318B3 and 144A, parking on the lawn and disabled unregistered boat and not moving every 30 days. I observed this violation on 2/4/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter the evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, you have a signed green card. My brother-in-law would call that a pontoon, well, a catamaran, but it's really a pontoon boat.
We'd
What
be
do you
asking
want?
for compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
19-0127, 221 Bilbao Street, Alan Stromfeld and Laura Vitanza.
Code sections are 1557, 144A, 6190A, 6135, and 2317. High grass and weeds, disabled unregistered vehicle, parking over the sidewalk, driving sidewalk stained, and house numbers not posted. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
061 something. Is that 18, probably?
Yes.
Good, okay. I'm like, okay, what am I looking at for more? POL. No, what am I, parking over sidewalk. Oh, there's parking over sidewalk. Got it. Driveway structure stain, got it.
Yeah, it's a finding of fact.
And
So that's
doesn't that has the house numbers on there? Go back a picture. It's the yellow house, right? All right, the house numbers are on there.
They are now,
Okay, well, that's the finding of fact now?
yes.
yes, as is 14-4A, which is the disabled unregistered vehicle.
Those are both findings of fact?
Correct.
Okay.
And on the remaining sections, compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
See, at least you know I'm paying attention. See, I thought I saw numbers there. They're just new numbers.
Yep.
New pretty black numbers. Like, there's numbers. Just late. All right, granted.
Thank you.
Finding of fact on disabled unregistered, house numbers not posted, and the rest is 425, 5825.
19-01A2, 1241 North State Road 7, Bay 8, Village Shops LLC.
Code section is 2041. Window signage was done without a permit. I observed this violation on 2/7/19. Mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. Like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
How many Top Taste restaurants are there? Two? Because I didn't even know this one existed. Where is this one? 441 where?
At Ruby Tuesday.
Oh,
and
okay,
that-
right around that corner?
The lunch takeout place, I guess.
Which is right down, okay, they've got two within 2 miles of each other. That's not good merch or franchising. All right, so.
Compliance by 420.
Sign green card equals service. Now go
Thank
ahead.
you. Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
19-0047, 1216 Grandview Circle, Dwayne E. and Julia S. Louder.
Oh, look, someone's making another appearance.
You know what? Oh, my. Okay. Code section is 06190A1. The roof is stained and in disrepair. This was observed on 1/16/19 by Margaret Hancock. The notice of violation, notice of hearing were mailed out January 16/19 and was returned on 1/18/19. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, well, Margaret always gets these signed green cards. It's like her thing. Okay, stained roof, got it. Okay. What would you like on this one?
Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Sorry, Boo.
19-0074 is being pulled.
Oh, how nice.
19-0109, 882 Croton Drive, Beavis A. Piggott.
Code sections 1557, 15132, and 06190A. The description is high grass and weeds, weeds growing over the fence and in through the hedges, sidewalk stained. This was observed by Gail McLean on 1/30/19. The notice of violation, notice of hearing were mailed out on 1/30/19 and were posted. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
We're working her slowly back in. Her first 2 cases had 1 code section. Now she's up to 3. She's trying to remember her pattern, but she doesn't quite have it down. She'll get it back. Sir, oh, wow. Some people really like ivy and stuff on their walls. These people like weeds on their fences. And they're not even good weeds. Okay. Oh my God. I just looked at their sidewalk, or no, their driveway, and went, hey, craters. Okay, this is a fun one. What do you want?
Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0110, 772 Gardenia Drive, Angel C. Portelis.
Code section 142, 124C, 06190A1, 3 and 5, 15132. Debris on the property, garbage can in public view, driveway and sidewalk are stained, bare spots in the swell. This was observed on 1/30/19 by Gail McLean. The notice of violation, notice of hearing were mailed out January 30th, 19, and were signed for on 2/1/19. We'd like to enter the following into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing; Exhibit 2, verification of ownership; and Exhibit 3, pictures.
What is it? I don't know. Some
He's moving
Big.
it. It's on the side, yeah, and he covered it up with a tarp.
That's the tarp? Okay. All right, on this one, 425-5825?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0209 is being pulled, 19-0286 is being pulled, 19-0051, 114 Swan Parkway West, 114 Swan Parkway West LLC.
Pardon me. Like to enter the following. Code sections 14.4, disabled vehicle. I observed this violation on 116. It was mailed, regular mail to Israel, and I posted it to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay, they're having an election in Israel, just for fun. What's picture?
The disabled vehicle, they've now moved it into the carport, which it cannot be in an open carport.
Oh, see, they needed to close the carport, there'd be a garage and they'd be fine.
Then they'd have to get a permit.
Hey,
Told them they could
it's
not.
all kinds of stuff going on in this world. 425-5825?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0054, 100 Bob White Road, Oscar McCrary and Daryl Walker.
Code section 06190A1, 3, and 5, sidewalk and driveway are stained. I observed this violation on 11719. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 11719, and posted it to the property as well. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Wow, it looked so much cleaner when the truck was gone. No, actually, they just cleaned it. And people here would be dying for that extra little driveway space.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's nice, huh?
It's pretty, and you got that
Little
big
spot.
soccer field next to you under those pretty wires.
Yeah,
All right, what do you want with this?
Finding of fact.
Finding of fact is granted.
thank you.
19-0057, 161 Bob White Court, Mark J. and Elaine McCoy Trust and McCoy Family Trust.
Sorry, code section 14.4, disabled vehicle. I observed this violation on 11719. Mailed out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 11819, and received it back on 12519. Like to know the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
You're wondering where the Hatfields are, and the poor little truckie got crushed, and it's gone, and the finding of fact is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
19-0059, 171 Bob White Road, Rafael M. Toribio and Janelli M. Villar.
Code section 14.4, 06190A1, 3, and 5, and H, disabled vehicle, disabled unused vehicle driveway and sidewalk are stained and a shutter is closed. I observed this violation on 11719, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 11819, posted it to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
The driver's license sticker, is it expired?
No, the sticker is current, but the car does not move, and it appears to have a part hanging underneath the bottom of it.
You're a
Code, it
mechanic?
has to move every 30 days.
No, okay, that's fine. Granted.
We'll be asking for compliance by 4/25 or 5/8 or $25 day fine.
Granted.
19-0070, 110 Moorgate Circle, William Fonticelli, and Taryn Watcher.
Fonteciela.
Code section is 9.1. They installed a new fence without a permit. I observed this violation on 12219, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 12219, and posted it to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. And Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
All right, you have service through posting, and I hate those new white fences because they don't let any air through. They mold all like crazy. They're just whatever.
They did apply for a permit, so hopefully they'll be in
So,
compliance.
425.
25 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0071, 129 Moorgate Circle, Rosia del Pilar Cienz.
Code section 06190A1, 2, 3, A1, 3, and 5, sorry. Sidewalk and driveway are stained. Observe this violation on 1/22/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/22/19, and posted it to the property as well. I'd like to know the following documents and evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture.
Okay. They're stained.
Again, we're asking for compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0072, 191 Sunflower Circle, Narayan, Anirada, and Ravendra Morgan.
Code sections 14:4 and 23:17, disabled vehicle parking over the sidewalk. I observed this violation on 1/22/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/22/19, posted it to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
You know, if you're going to put a tag on your car, you ought to put both bolts on it and not let it hang off like it's been punched out. All right. Finding of fact?
Yes, sir.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0081, 135 Finch Court, Tyrone R. and Dorothy Cooper Sr.
It's actually copper.
Please correct the record. Copper.
Code sections 14:4 and 15:132, disabled vehicle and the basketball hoops is in the right of way. I observed this violation on 1/23/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/23/19, and USPS said it was delivered on 1/24/19, as well as I spoke to the owners. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture.
All right, you have a USPS tracking confirmed for service, and what would you like? 425, 525?
Yes, sir.
What a good guess. Granted.
19-0105, 102 Dove Circle, Kenneth R. and Anna Ware.
Okay. Code section 14:4, 14:2, 15:57, 23:18B, 0619,
This would be too much for
3 and
Dina.
5.
That's way too many things for her to start on.
That's not all of them neither, because now there's more after the fact. That's a whole nother story. Disabled vehicle, miscellaneous items, grass and weeds are growing onto the sidewalk, high grass and weed, trailer park not parked to code, sidewalk and driveway are stained. I observed this violation on 1/29/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/30/19. I spoke to the owner on February 11th. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
They look like collectors to me. Is this the right
Yes.
terminology? What would you like with them? They have a...
Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted, they'll have fun.
19-0121, 159 Sunflower Circle, Jean F. Duderval.
Code section 1557, high grass and weeds. I observed this violation on February 1st. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on February 1st, and it was delivered on 2/7/19, according to USPS tracking. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
You have to be really, really trying to grow tall grass and weeds in our drought here.
The backyard is very high.
Yeah, the backyard is like, yeah.
This one we're asking for compliance by 328 or
Ooh, something to change the pattern. 328 for...
and fine hearing or $50 fine per day.
Ooh, thank you for breaking it up. Granted.
19-0122, 233 Bob White Road, Nadine Jean Jaquez.
Code section is
Give us the first time, Jack.
06-190-A135, 6-191-11, 622, 108.4, 15-141. Pools in disrepair, pools not maintained, garage and screen room have been turned into living areas without permits, dead plants, sidewalk and driveway are stained. Observed this violation on 2/1/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/1/19, posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. And Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
Where do you get a piece of sheeting that big that'll fit over an entire pool? And why would you put that over the entire pool?
It's one of those vinyl liners, I
It's a
believe.
liner? It's just
In an
hang out.
in-ground pool, yeah.
Wow, that's weird. Okay. Service via posting, what do you want?
Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
19-0249-1049 Concert Way, IH6 Property, Florida LP.
How did this do?
Code sections 1557 and 124C, high grass and weeds, garbage cans in public view. I observed this violation on 2/19/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 2/20/19, and they signed for it on 2/22/19. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
You know, of all the people who have stained structures, this is like a beautiful paint job and they won't cut grass.
Yeah, and it is a health safety issue as well, because the grass is getting extremely high.
Okay. Well, you have a signed green card.
So we'd be asking in this case for compliance by 3/28 or the
Good.
410 fine hearing or $50 a day fine. But as the code officer just indicated, 1557, because it's health, safety, welfare, we'd be asking that if they don't comply by 3/28.
You want an abatement order?
One-time abatement, correct, which would cover $206 in administrative costs and $80 for the mowing for a total of $286.
All right, 328, 410, 50 plus abatement,
Correct.
if required.
If required, yes,
If not
please.
complied by 3/28. Thank you.
And is there anything else? Are we done with our program?
No, there's more. Top
Got
of
the
page,
last one? Oh, this one.
top of page 8, 19-0207, 394 South State Road 7, SCG
rescission.
Buckingham Square LLC.
The code section is 622-105.5. The description is permit number 181721 for repairs and electric is expired. This violation was written on 2/6/2019. It was sent certified mail on 2/13/2019 and signed for on 2/15/2019. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, permit information.
All right, you have a signed green card. What would you like?
Compliance by 425 or the 5/8 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted. Are we rescinding an order now?
Yes, rescinding order hearing, case 18-2043-108 Locust Lane, Charles W. and Victoria Wasson.
Do you want the order rescinded?
Yes, it's an order
Granted.
finding violation.
Granted.
Rescind that order.
Granted.
And
Whatever.
then
You
we
take
are-
away an order, it's no problem.
On the addendum,
Yes, that's what I was jumping to earlier.
yes,
Is that
it's
a,
a fine mitigation
yeah?
hearing, case 16-1755-10069, Patients Lane, Notwana R. Fuller. We would ask for an amended order giving an additional day for payment. There was a miscommunication, and it was actually paid today. Your previous order required payment yesterday. So we'd be just asking for an extension of 1 day.
Extension is granted for 2 days. That way it's past the date.
Thank you. 2 days?
2 days. That way we're clearly within the new time frame. I don't want it to be the last day of the new thing. I know it's already paid, but it's paid early now.
Thank you.
It's a day early. All right, is there anything further before the code enforcement magistrate? Please let the record reflect that the minutes of the February 13th, 2019 special magistrate hearing were reviewed and finally signed by the special magistrate after the board secretary took about 10 minutes to find them. Anything further before us?
No, sir.
We are adjourned.